All right, welcome back to Cross Channel. So I would say I just got off of So Song, um, but I spent an hour preparing for some Uma Musume stuff. But anyway, that was random. Let's get started. I'll probably go for an hour or two today, but probably in between I'll just pause the video because I need to cook my dinner. So, all right. So for this one, go to club. So compared to last time, it's talk to her, but we'll go to club this time around. The route I'm doing is Misato Senpai's route. So we're doing her route first, then we'll go with Toko's route. So go to club. I'll leave her alone for a while. Toko's been acting strangely lately, and that strangeness is becoming permanent. At times like these, I should go clear my mind by talking to Senpai.
Senpai!
Yo! I ran into Miki as she stood by the wall with nothing to do. From the looks of things, Miki isn't receiving that much of a shock, though she might just be pretending to be fine. Are you eating properly?
部活のおかげでなんとか。
Thanks to the club. You mean the other club?
はい。
Proper title, Active Light Maintenance Club. What? Well, anyway. Kirichi's participating too, I'd bet.
はい。立派です。
By the way, I'm a little spoiled by some elements about the story, so there are certain things they haven't been explaining yet. So, like, anyway, something that's bothering me that they kept talking about, which is totally normal for them to not, go and explain what it is because from their perspective they already know what it is. But I don't know. Maybe it's something that's left to be inferred by like the reader. But anyway, let's continue. Yeah, excellent.
先輩が参加してないのが不思議ですね。
Anyway, the reason I bring that up is I don't know if the active light maintenance club is an actual thing or it's something they just both made up. But considering the thing I'm thinking about right now, it might actually be an actual thing. But I don't know. It's strange. Oh, that's her line. You there, Kirishin and I. As I was talking, Kirishin came out of the bathroom. Did you flush?
禁断の塗
Some people don't flush. Kitty ground her teeth.
クロス大地
No honorific. And treating me like an arch enemy. She sent me a cold gaze. Kitty hasn't changed a bit, behaving exactly as usual. I was a bit reassured. Kitty, your skin is as beautiful as ever. I extended my fingers.
触らないでください。
I was shot down by a pliant hand. Nice. Never mind. I brushed aside my bangs.
喧嘩しちゃダメですよ。
We're doing nothing as savage as fighting. I want this to be a graceful duel.
それって私に勝負をふっかけるということですか、先輩。
Yes, if you mean a duel at night.
行こう、ミキ。
Kitty pulled Mickey's arm and turned her heels. Let's go, excuse me. I lined up with them. The three of us are very friendly. That's obviously. Three gorgeous sisters like canola blossoms. Blossoms. Anyway. This is a story about the beautiful dream of those three little girls. Obviously not.
先輩。
Oh, you noticed me?
気づかないのは脳みその軽い先輩だけです。
But my mind's
打
gray.
ち負けてみないとわからないですけどね。
Kitty didn't laugh.
こんな状況で脳天気なもんですね。
Oh no, don't compliment me so. It's embarrassing, you know.
でも私知ってます。だから
Uh-huh.
絶対に気を許すつもりはありませんから。
The two of them walked away. What was that? That sweetly pressing atmosphere. I called out to both of their backs. You too. But only Miki stopped and turned around. I hesitated to say it. Please, take good care of yourselves. A safe spot. Now that we've been cut off from civilization, managing our help is a serious concern. Miki energetically pumped her fist, and Kitty looked away after one glance. So okay, she still kind of acted the same as like the first time this event happened. But you know, though the context of things are different now, but the way she reacted is still the same. The construction of the antenna seems to be progressing slowly but steadily. Senpai, what's the meaning of this? You sleeping for so long?
寝てませんよ。
She staggered to her feet.
とりあえずおはようございます。
Good. Ohayou gozaimasu, senpai. Won't you die from heat if you sleep here in the middle of the day?
はい、そうですね。気をつけました。
Senpai wiped her glasses with the hem of her skirt. I can see her panties. The girl's still half asleep. Could she possibly have stayed here all night and then had the courage to ask? Plump ties. Come to think of it, in Japan of late, there are lolly skis rushing for their lollies against all the trends and regulations of society. A certain critical part of media side would be unforgivable were there not lollies. And I, Korosu Taichi, have one thing to say to that world. This is a sickness. Lollicos are disease. I don't get why he the thing about him wearing like a gas mask, but like maybe it's a thing. I mean, we already saw his face, but I don't know if the gas mask is a thing. Young girls are cute too, but these thighs and glimpses of light blue cloth are also great things. He said that out loud, didn't he? She held back a yawn while wiping her glasses. Honest. This is Senpai's honest face. Her skirt fell back into place. Senpai put her glasses back on.
眠いですよ。
I bet you are.
何でしたっけ？
Work, please.
どうして背中で語りますか？
I can only say that it is due to a solid three-dimensional problem.
哲学的。とても哲学的です。
Though it's actually a very vulgar and flashy reason. I'll be participating in the club, so can I have some work, please? Senpai muttered to herself. I'm listening to her, but I can't make out much. I caught these fragments.
病んでいたのがバカみたい。逃げてたわけじゃなくて犬みたい。懐いて別に邪魔ってことはお付き合いする対象としてはやっぱりこっちが年上で。
The last one's a hiccup. Isn't there something weird about her? Though she's always subtly weird. And a wonderful lady. Today it feels like she's broken down. Senpai?
健康。
What?
健康やってください。
She said with drowsy eyes. A draft? Of what?
群青学院放送部の初回放送用の原稿です。
Ah, so you want a broadcast script that we can send flying through the air with this antenna.
そうです。求められるものは知性に感動、涙と真実。聞く者の自我を打ち、どこまでも爽やかにさせる古き良き若者文化の再来を我が放送部の手で、いや、声で実現しようではありませんか。
Several bottles of sake have been rolling around Senpai's feet. Oh?
モラルの欠如、行き過ぎた利己的な個人主義、自分が怠惰に過ごすために利用される基本的人権、このようなイーコハザードによって汚染されている現代社会に、私たち若者は互いに築き上げる交友を持つことができるのでしょうか。我が群青学院放送部は、この疑問に対して満足のゆく答えを提供することができると考えています。
Your Japanese is really good. She's laughing. Her clenched fist wandered aimlessly in the air, then fell into her pocket. It came out, holding a cup. Uh, this is reckless. She looked wonderful even when chugging sake. She's like a middle-aged man.
原稿を書くのです。
She said with sunken eyes. Okay.
締め切りは日曜日です。よ
Okay. By the way, today's Sunday in real life.
ろしい。では、私はそんな原稿を書くあなたのことを頼もしく思いつつ、ここでひとときの眠りにつきたいと思います。
Why do you sound foreign? She sprawled out on the floor. You can't! Senpai, come on, senpai!
かこ
Is she asleep? That hardworking senpai was drinking. Toriaizu, why don't you sleep in the health
ー、
room?
ペケくん、よろこ。
Senpai renounced all with those misinflected words. You know, I'm going to have to carry you there, right? You know, I might touch your breasts and butt, right? You know, you might be missing your panties when you wake up, right? When you wake up, why do I feel a draft in my crotchy? What? I'm not wearing panties? How did this happen? Did I do anything slutty? It can't be. That's... No. I'm wet. What have I been doing? But I'll have been the one that did something. I punched my own temporal lobe. Seriously. I'm a hopeless person. To start with, I held Senpai up in a sitting position. Her head fell forward. She really is sleeping. Something about this feels wrong. You? I hugged her. A pair of sensations in my chest, like balloons bursting. I move. At my next movement, my hands rummaged around her back, found her bra hook, and unhooked it. Required time 0.5 seconds. That's still slow, by the way. I loosened the entire bra and gradually pulled it out through the gap just above her necktie. While it was still at body temperature, I affixed it to my nose. The scent. I received my remuneration for nursing you, Misata-senpai. I put it in my pocket, then began to carry Senpai on my back. She's pretty heavy, but the moderately emerging pair of sensations wouldn't stop. Those breasts. Bare boobs covered only by a single shirt. My breathing became rough, and a tent was constructed. The bird of tentman. I thought he already had the tent even before that. Now let's go. Besides, there's no one watching. Not good. Not good. The sensation spurring me on was so wonderful that I ended up walking all over the school for no reason. Sate. There's no one in the health room. I laid Senpai down on the empty bed. Oyasumi, Senpai. Sweet dreams. And now, finally the beginning of the day. No, it was just her chi. As usual, Mutsumi Oba-san wasn't there. Instead, there was a note. There isn't not dinner. There isn't not dinner. What the hell? Off I go. Off I go. By the way, in a place that there's no one else, is he putting that note? I mean, maybe all those notes are left behind there, and he's just looking at them when whatever is convenient to follow his usual routine, because there's no one else, right? So right now he's just like role playing as if nothing happened to society. I left the house with a light heart. One nice thing about living in the country, the nights aren't painfully hot. The wind slipping in through my window was nice and cold on my skin. I have a lot of things to write about today. I had to write both my diary and the manuscript. I'll start with the manuscript. Thanks benefiting a pilot broadcast. This is hard! Right, erase, right, erase. I bow one step back for every step forward. After an hour, I fell down on my desk. Hey, you only read 2 lines there! We are the Gunjo Institute Broadcasting Club. Everything within broadcast range has been annexed by us. Everyone, probably abandon your weapons and... No. I tore up the manuscript paper. I tried too hard to get attention and completely lost sight of our goals. I should make it more serious. Trying to work a little humor in just makes it sound weird. Enough. I can't get in the mood tonight. I'll write in my diary instead. Objectify your emotions. Who was the one who carried curry into the bread in the first place? That question has always tormented me. Taichi's typo. A theoretical error in which he tried the meaning of torment to the connotation of misplace. I might need to know Japanese for this one. I mean, text-wise. In the same way, Taichi mistakenly thought that turtlenecks were total necks because they totally cover his neck. But going belly and forth in search of an answer will only leave me with a hollow feeling at the end of the day. Belly, Taichi's typo. Baudelaire once said, I don't know if this is the right pronunciation, by the way. God is dead. It may be easy to doubt the existence of a God, but for those who never give his existence a second thought and believe life is a straight line laid out for them every day, he'll suddenly profit forks in their paths. Profit. Taichi's typo of prepare. For example, the time to roll out hairless conversation with obstinate women. Hairless confused with profitless. Yeah, this is one of those things that it's maybe the how you write it is very similar to the other word. For example, the time I met with a good friend of mine and an estranged friend of mine at the same moment, and the time those two rebuilt a friendly relationship between themselves. Regarding either one of them, I'd XXX until I couldn't not feel the towering will to a lot of X them both equally with the mysterious X near her nose and mouth, when I would, along with priceless love. The X which was X, as it did X, it would X, but X a lot. What we cannot talk about, we must pass over in silence. These are Kierkegaard's famous words. Something also that our favorite philosopher Wittgenstein, sorry. Oh my god, I forgot Wittgenstein for some guy who read Subahibio. I know the thing I was thinking about Subahibio. I was like, what's the name of the philosopher again? Wittgenstein. He also said a phrase quite similar in the same vein, though. Maybe he was inspired by Kierkegaard's. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. I will now leave the subject of Kirijo's elegant androgyny and my just passion toward her. For that is not the only pleasure in life. Yes, the senpai of my life, whom I met on the roof, with her maternal open-mindedness and loving affection. No matter how much I wrote about Misatojo, the blink would never end. I like how he was thinking about he was really thinking about Toko. First, there are her indescribable thighs, which were censored. And in my hands there remained the bra which was once attached to her body. When I breathed through it, though it had already lost the body heat, the girl's faint smell took me away to yet another strong delusional delusion. The end. It's clear. This abundant poetic sentiment and philosophy. If I had been born in the artistic metropolis of London, this literary talent I just gushed out would have made me a star. Wow! I can really get full of myself after using a couple of slightly challenging words. I had to keep using precise vocabulary words like denomination, tautology, and irony without translating them into simple Japanese. I stretched out and relaxed. Being an author wouldn't be too bad, though there are a few parts too overly violent for modern Japan. which would have to be censored. That's it. This is how I'll write the manuscript. I'll compose a showy, dazzling, pedantic scroll for broadcast and try to make a manuscript that's both highbrow and delicate for the intelligentsia. Abruptly motivated, I retook my pen. When I got to the classroom, there was no one there. Not even Toko, who was always sitting sullenly in her seat. I took out the manuscript paper from my book bag. I finished it in one night. I'll go get it okay right away. To the root.
Peke-kun.
She met me with a suspicious gaze. Oh yeah. Bucho. For what reason are you guarding your chest?
それは
Her face turned red.
昨日のこと
I'm not surprised.
まさか
What is it? I played dumb. She looked down and agonized, but the arms covering her chest wouldn't wavered by an iota. Anyway, let's go over here. I had to remember that technically she still didn't go home, so she's still braless at this point. I grabbed Senpai's wrist and pulled. Senpai screamed hastily. Hey?
スケ
Okay.
スケープゴート
Why did her change? I can't remember why she changed her mind here. Instead of saying Tsukube, but like she decided to change her mind. Scapegoat. In my head, I thought of a single goat in a grassy field.
スケープゴートは嫌です
Neither would
気
I.
をつけないといけませんね
But I don't want to make Senpai into a scapegoat. I only wanted to move you into the shade.
そうですねじゃあそうしまし
She's loosening up. We moved. By the way, Senpai, you were drinking sake yesterday.
ょうすみません
Her body withered. By the way, I don't actually know if she was actually drinking sake because during those scenes, like, it feels like they were just making some sort of delusional bullshit, but she might actually be drinking sake there. Anyway, her body withered. It was
ま
troublesome.
さか私酔って大変なことを
Yes, she's up. Yes, you're putting on such a shameless performance that I cannot speak of it. Senpai's became an X stretched horizontally. I like how it's so fucking old school to see that X, man. I haven't seen that X in ages, man. She was completely lost for words. But fear not. It dealt with it in such a manner that no one saw a thing.
そうだったのどうもありがとう
I actually really like the art of like. Sure, this is like early 2000s, so it's old school. But think about what other visual novels showed up around this time, man. This is, if you consider that this is early 2000s, this is one of the more prettier art styles there are. VNs that released around that time. Anyway, Senpai lowered her head, leaving one matter
で
untouched.
も私一体どんな集体を
Do you want to know?
うーん
Hesitation. Are you going to take responsibility for it?
はい
This time, her eyes turned to dots. I mean, if I tell you, will you feel like doing that?
あ
Oh no, if you think about it calmly, it's no big deal.
そうなの
Do you want to know? Senpai thought about it with crossed eyes for a fairly long time.
うん
It wasn't really a big deal, but using an antenna's wiring over there, you put on a naked ribbon dance facing this way so I could pick.
終わった
She collapsed with a soft thud.
背景春眠の早漏その後いかがお過ごしでしょうか
She read aloud a fictional letter. Senpai, get a
こ
grip.
れ以上人生が最悪になるなんて思ってませんでした
Even lower low. She's already in her low, basically. I dealt with it skillfully, so.
それでブラが
You mean it had not returned home? Senpai nod silently. Then right now, you're as you were when you woke up? Again a nod. Then I swallowed. Right now, Senpai is under that then nearly see-through shirt. Naked? Under her clothes? She's naked? I'm pretty sure everyone is naked under their clothes. Wait, cut the thing of it. All the girlies of the world are naked under their clothes. Well, the point is, she's braless. And senpais are large. And her shirt is tight, so they stand out. I get it. That's why she's acting weird. For now, why not go home and take a shower?
匂いますか?
Imagine that smell. But she never went home for like literally days. If you think about it, she never did, right?
学校の水で体だけは拭いてるんですけど。
You should take a full shower, man. Oh, what a nice what a nice do. If I'd woken up sooner, maybe I would have chanced upon it. Why can't I get swept into events like that? That's simply unacceptable. I'm a failure as an ero. Taichan for a heroic being with erotic behavior. Senpai, please leave it to me.
Huh?
I returned to the classroom. I took out the sports towel from my belongings. Will this work as a substitute? I held it out.
ペケくん。
Senpai was moved to the point of tears. That's bleached cotton, right? If you put this in, I think it'll at least be harder to see through.
なんていい子なの。
As tears welled out, she took the towel.
ちょっと待っててくださいね。動いたら目ですよ。
Hi. Senpai took shelter nearby. I feel like I want to be id, but I'll let it go. What kind of blank could it be? Maybe she's going to blank the tip of my rod with the 2 wild strawberries at the tip of her breast. Ah, you idiot! Idiot! I'm an idiot! A few minutes later.
やあ、ペケくん。おはようございます。
I like how she just said it as if nothing happened. She reappeared with an absurdly bright face, and with her breasts covered.
今日も夏日ですね。まだまだ暑さは続きそうです。
I couldn't agree more.
それで、今朝はどうしました？
I've come to deliver the manuscript you requested from me yesterday.
原稿？初回放送用の台本書いてくれたんですか？
Hi.
ペケくんすごいです。見違えました。
Her expression was filled with goodwill and admiration. It was nothing really. I twisted like a bread
拝
roll.
見させてもらっても。
Here, Donna
で
beat.
は、
I passed her the manuscript paper. Senpai's eyes became stricter than usual. Her gaze ran lightly across the page. In no time at all, Senpai raised her head. A full smile. If I were to compare it to something, the Holy Mother. The Holy Mother is heavenly light. With a halo over her, she spoke.
暑
Through the fence, I cried out to the town. I'll resubmit it.
大してます。
I shuffled back indoors. Right. Please be sure to return that towel without washing it. At the moment, I tilted her head. The various building materials propped up around her slowly began to move. Oh, how about I? I won't make it. Step ladder, needles, tools, all of those things. All rain down on Senpai. Rain down. Senpai woke up. Thank goodness, you're unhurt. I was worried.
私、確か。
Thank God it wasn't anything serious.
違います。
Nah, son. That hurts. She returned to normal and said,
状況を教えてください。
Senpai got injured. I did first aid and carried you here. Then just now you woke up.
怪我したんですか？
Just a little.
と、
Senpai touched every part of her body. Bandages were wrapped around her arms. Medical tape was stretched across various parts of her body.
いたたた、あちこちが痛い。
You have like bruises all over your body,
かつな私。
but thankfully it's nothing serious.
ありがとうペケ君。呼びかけてくれて。
What?
さて、じゃあ部活に。
Hey, don't move! I push her back
な
down.
ぜです？
Fundamentally, it's no big deal, but I gently pulled up the sheets and then her skirt, exposing her bare thighs. Bare thighs.
うーん。
See, right here on your bare thighs. He literally said it. Bare thighs. You got a small cut, so you should take the day off from club. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish. Oh, blood's oozing out. Blood. May I change your bandages? She nodded mechanically. I brought her new bandages over and changed them. Not to change the subject, but you have sexy legs.
自分でやります。
No, you can't. Please leave it to me.
お願いですから。
But I looked at her thighs. Blood oozed out. Not good. Such birthday blood is flowing out of her. Red blood. Red. Red. I felt dizzy and closed my eyes, then opened them. The world's always vague. Everything that stares will turn red with just a touch. Simple. That's a simple thing. All my senses were strengthened, and I became able to see the invisible. The range of the visible light spectrum changed. My vision became indistinctly hazy, and I became highly sensitive to motion. I abruptly forgot what I was. The sensation of my consciousness switching. I moved. The sense of being was vague. Some part of me knew that I was not myself. A red spot in the center of my range of vision. I tried to approach it. Static. There seems to have been some kind of phenomenon. I don't know the details. My body can't sense them. I had joined with the world, and that feeling of omnipotence became everything. Static. Just, what is this? Something heterogeneous in the world. A red spot. I get it now. I've been erring. That which I could see had been unilaterally designated as my daily life. But that wasn't actually true. That contradiction brought about constriction and innovation within my range of vision. The beast with a tail understanding of his role, fidgeted from delight. A beast who constructed instincts which follow rules, impulses, and groupings contrary to the present age. I produced a sound. Static. This is what? Train your consciousness. Take it in. Unravel it. Interpret it. Define it. That's it. This is sound. The same kind of wave my own mouth formed. My consciousness converged now that I knew it was sound. It could be quickly translated. Now I see it. Miyasumi Misato. It's Senpai. Senpai's words. Senpai's red. That's why attacking is prohibited. Get away! My vision cleared up. I had a headache of all this timing. The combination of blood and the evening sun really isn't good. I feel like crying. Isn't this troublesome? My Venus senpai had been crying. Who did this? Whatever bastard made senpai cry? Show yourself! I took an empty-fisted stance. I'll make you taste my karate. Senpai, who did this to you? Senpai pointed at me. Surmounting oneself is as hard as writing self-denial.
ペケ君ペケ君
Yes?
いつものペケ君に戻ってる
I am the Taishi who shall be your prince of love and perpetuity. I knelt before her. Have you need of my karate?
空手とかいうわけのわからない格闘技はどうでもいいのですが、さっきのペケ君ロボディアンみたいになってて怖かったです。
You mean Taichi bot?
そんな感じです。
I was
も
deranged.
う平気ですか？
She shouldn't make any complicated jokes right now. Yes, as my dual booted OS changed ended quickly.
橋崎先生にペケ君は英語の成績がひどいと聞いていました。
Anyway, senpai, we need to hurry and stop the bleeding. Okay, what's this? Dress her wounds.
あ、
When I brought senpai's legs into the light, this time without ulterior motives, on the hemorrhaging part of her body, there were bite marks? What? Bite marks? What the hell? In the vicinity of the wound, a small quantity of red heat faintly radiated under her bandages. It looked like someone or something tried to tear it off with their teeth. No, it didn't just look like that. There wasn't anything else it could have been. Senpai?
はい。
Have you scorned
軽
me?
蔑？
Well, I can't put it into words. How should I take account of feelings and actions that even I can't translate well? I mean, Senpai softly smiled.
軽蔑するようなことは何もしてませんよ。
Are you sure? But I looked at her wound. Senpai quietly covered it with her
お
skirt.
利口さんなので不問とします。部活手伝ってくれましたし。
Please, let me dress her wounds.
はい。
After that, I dressed her wounds. This time, I didn't have a fit. Because I was happy. Because I had a nobler emotion within me.
くすぐったいです。
That's interesting. There's a little thing that's different than the first time the scene played out. That's very, very minor. The biting thing, the bite marks, it wasn't there before, so. I'm sorry. I'm just tense.
包帯巻くの下手っぴですね。
I haven't got any experience.
くすぐったい。
Such a happy time. There it was. What?
私の携帯はどこです？
Your ketai? Suddenly everyday words. My thoughts were
落
paralyzed.
としたみたいです。
Her face looked horribly troubled. I'll go look for it. It's gotta be on the roof.
お願いします。
I left the help room heading for the roof. But remember, this is already like a civilization. They're already a point their electronic devices shouldn't work and all. Compared to the first scene where everything was running normally, but here it's kind of, you know, kind of weird for her to be worrying about that. I found the ketai right away. It had fallen into the litter of building materials. Why does she want her cell phone? A trivial question. Never mind. I quickly ignored it. Everyone needs something to rely on. Senpai must be entrusting great value to something as tiny as a ketai the same way I do with some of my things. Is this it?
あ、それ。
Senpai took it, smiling cheek to cheek.
ご苦労様。これでチャラですね。
Huh? My face distorted, not quite in a smile. Like I just heard a bad joke. You're really letting me off easy.
私だって群青なわけですし。それに、またしますか？
I don't know. There is a possibility. Since it's something like a fit.
じゃあ、情状酌量の余地はあるわけですよ。
Naive. Mimi senpai, you're naive. I'm not a safe underage
で
man.
もやめてって言ったらやめてくれましたし。
I did? I wasn't in the position to understand words at the time. A coincidence? It had to be. But I wonder. It might be wrong for me to get any closer to Senpai, since that would mean. I cut out my words. A silent summer. So quiet the presence of clubs and classes are growing imperceptible. The white hut room controlling tranquility. Because the world is filled with twilight, a room with white tones will not resist, but become subordinate, and likely hand over for sacrifice the two foreign bodies it holds in its womb. The prose thing, man. The prose thing. The evening color has a stronger impression than any other time of the day. It would be truly frightening if everything changed into another world. The time of destruction. The time when I could see multiple worlds. Who could guarantee that the sun, now sinking until the next morning, will rise up with an unsatisfied look? Is truly the same as yesterday. If the world met with destruction every day and was resurrected along with the next day, but it was only humans who didn't know about it. Oh man, are we back at Subahimi, man? These are the type of questions you see when you're reading Subahimi or fucking Suina Sora. Man, we're so back. We're so back. There'll be no means to confirm it. Nowhere is there proof that the actual world and the world humans recognize are one and the same. All right, we're back. We're so back. We're so back. And yet now, I felt that the only small space of the help room was avoiding that crimson infiltration. Because at some point I became able to see the world clearly.
完璧な人なんてどこにもいないじゃないですか。誰だってどこかおかしいじゃないですか。いちいち欠点や失敗を攻撃していたら生きていけないです。ね、そうでしょ？
If even a single tear came out, it should look very awkward. But mysteriously, the intense emotions concealed their forms. I really admire Senpai for inviting me to her club when I was all alone. I spoke falteringly. Senpai watched over me. Time quietly moved on. I don't want to be hated, nor do I want to hurt anyone. I feel that what I've just done is inexcusable. But I'm not confident I can control
ど
myself.
うすればいいですか？
Huh?
まずどこに気をつけたらいいんです？私としては。
That's. If I think calmly, we make sure I don't see Senpai's blood.
怪我に気をつけろってことですね。
Hi.
でも私がアンテナを組み立てたり工具使ったり怪我をする危険に面している。
Yes, that's why it's best I don't.
ケケ君が
She spoke in my place.
力仕事を手伝ってくれるんでしょ？
That hit home. Deep within the ribs enclosing my heart, something
い
quivered.
つもお一人なんですね。一緒に部活しませんか？
One of the sayings I added to the analyst within my heart. Overwhelmingly warm, soft, and powerful. Worries I couldn't resolve on my own had dissolved with only a few words from a stranger. I think that's why people want to make plans together with each other. By words, by bodies, by phones, by correspondence, by any number of means. They can make an effort to touch one another. That's what people are.
やっぱり組み立て手伝ってもらうことにします。
Okay. I felt embarrassed. Somebody was smiling like she was having fun. Yoko-san once said, I'm a powerful human. I don't like that kind of valuation. That's wrong. Humans other than me are simply amazing. Mimi-senpai was always putting me in a good mood by charming and making sport of me. That's not something I can do by myself. I want to be beside her. As many days that time will allow. Until the day it all ends. And even then, there's still time. Please, let me. She lowered her head. She slapped down her hands, shyly, finally smiling. Now, she's back to normal. I was so happy tears came out. Somebody's hands opened the curtain. In an instant, the hot room was devoured by orange.
太一
As I walked down the hallway, my name was called. Oh, you're still here?
そっちこそ
Tomoki's face was like a no mask. Wait, I'll be right back. It's time for me to do some little cooking. Don't worry, it's gonna be minimal effort, but I need to do stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's continue. Tomoki's face was like a null mass. We left a subtle distance between us. I was at a club. I've been showing up there lately.
どうしてまた
Well, isn't it nice to have goals?
部活って例のヨタ話
The opening of Gunjo Institute Broadcasting Club channel. That's not nonsense. Probably.
太一がそういうことするのはなんかまあ訳あってのことだろうけど他に誰が参加してんの
The Rez.
だけ
Hi.
それ部活じゃない
We call it a club to pleasure ourselves.
最近いろいろと動いてるのは知ってたけど部活とはね
I shrugged my shoulders. Same goes for you. What are you doing
部
now?
活
Huh? I don't get you.
本物の部活暇だったら参加してくれよな
That'd be nice, but
裏切られるぞ
you spat out. By who?
部長に
Nande?
だからあんまり親しくしない方がいい
The monkey turned his back to me and walked away. He was acting weird. But why? On the way home, the once quiet cicada slowly but steadily began to chirp once more.
Cheese!
Oh, Tanizaki.
コノス元気だったか
I, Konosu Taichi, had the sole merit of feeling great even if my license got suspended.
それを言うならこの谷崎豊だってそうだぜ
It's been a few days, Tanizaki.
ああコノス
When will Tanizaki start going to school?
一応明日になったコノス
He waved the A4 envelope in his hand. Must be full of school documents. Oh, transfer to our class, Tanizaki.
コノス無茶言うなよ自分じゃ決められないっての
We both laughed deeply. But even so, Tanizaki.
オッケーギブアップだ新川豊ですすいませんでしたクロスさん
You're going to stop that?
果てしなく続きそうだったから
Going home already?
あ
Why not come by my
あ
place?
近いのか
10 minutes from here, I guess.
いいとこ住んでるなあけど悪い今度にするわメイがさやっぱ軍場行くんだけどさいろいろ教えてやらんと
My ears. Such information. It won't slip by me.
何親指立ててるよ
Hey, you. The guy over there.
なんだよ
I'm very sorry, but I've heard you had a niece.
そう言ったっちゅうねん
Her age?
俺の一個下
Got a picture?
クロス
Never mind. It's nothing. Please forget it. However, it at one point was different. Wouldn't she be cute?
うんまあルックスだけはな
Aren't looks everything? My voice naturally lowered. A certain kind of jealousy and envy. And malice.
は
No, don't worry about it.
それでもちょっと男っぽいからさ最初に言っておくとそういう感情はないぞなんかそういう目で見ようとしても気色悪いだけだし
Lies!
どうしたいきなり
That's a lie. You're a liar. You've got a cute younger relative. There's no way you wouldn't be conscious of it. Haven't you read a single volume of French study? It's impossible, incomprehensible. Thus, it has to be proven that you are a liar.
クロスかわいそうだがマジなんだ
No, I don't want to hear it.
本気で妹みたいなもんなんだよ同居してるし
She's really more like a little sister since we lived together. Cohabitation? The same bed? The warmth of the other gender? Hey, will some extraordinary being is intervening in that location.
また都合のいい勘違いをしてるんだろうな。そいつの家族に俺が引き取ってもらってるんだよ。だからまあ兄弟みたいなもんだ。今回家ぐるみで引っ越してきたんだよ。俺の足のこともあるけど、そいつもちょっとあれですさ。
So that's what it was. Agreed at once. So now they go to Gunjo. Oh, in that case, then you transfer here in order to hang out with your niece-chan?
そうなるかな。いや、俺だって障害持ちですが。そしてメイコちゃんでもねえけど。
You're carrying a niece-chan.
目の話になってから絡みっぱなしなんですけど。
That's the nature of the concentrated envy.
そうか。ずっと暮らしてるとさ、生理的なこととか見えてきて結構あれなんだぜ。
That?
外見はいいとこもあるんだろうけど、欠点がバリバリ見えるから大して綺麗なもんには思えないって感じか。食うものは食うし、出すものは。
You can stop there. My dreams are precious.
お前の夢って。
I'd love to change places with you and get all affectionate with your
う
niece-chan.
わー、想像させるな、気持ち悪い。
It'll never be reality. This person really finds it disgusting. Long live erotic novels. Then come visit me sometime.
おう、目のことも紹介してやるよ。
Seriously? I was fluttering.
大したもんじゃないんだけどな。あんま期待すんなよ。
It's no big deal. It will later become clear that the eyes of the guy who said that were not holes on par with Tapodong. Still, it's a manuscript. If that got rejected, how am I supposed to write another? My hand didn't move. My pen didn't run. Stand still. That's right. I pulled a kinagashi out of my dresser and changed into it. A great writer is born. One's mood is important. When doing something like this,
おーい
I heard a voice from the front door. Something up?
うわ太一
Tomogi seemed to be shocked at this sudden appearance of the kimono man.
なんて顔だ
What a what a face. Leave it.
間違えたなんて格好だ
Sure you were
ジャ
mistaken.
パニーズ着物だな
It's also a Japanese priest's outfit.
漱石かすごいないつもそんな格好なの
Of course.
すごいね
It seems Tomogi respects me all the more now. Though this is the only second time I've worn it. So what's with the late night visit?
いやどうしたもこうしたもこれ太一の分
A cardboard box. I accepted it. This is heavy.
詰めてあるから
The inside. It's too dark to see
部
properly.
活のお裾分けだよ夏場だし無駄に抱えてても腐るしさ
Some kind of food?
そ
Arigato.
ういいよだって友情は見返りを
Nothing at all. Good. We laugh invisibly with our thumbs up. Kurosa Taichi is a pure young boy supporting the Shima
い
Tomoki.
やーあそうだ
His face tightened.
桐原がさ倒れた
Say what?
正確には倒れていた
By the way, finally, this is a different scene this time around. Because the first time around, they just only had that chit chat about like him sharing some food from his club. But of course, now the situation is different. So now they're talking about. Damn, man, I keep forgetting. My memory's bad. Toko. I haven't checked. Toko. But she's a user of the Harakiri Fist. Defeating even my karate should be simple.
その倒れた違うそれに空手ってのもわけわからないし
Oh, no, wait. I kind of remember this dialogue, though. Huh? But I vaguely kind of remember something else going on here. I mean, I think they still had this conversation, but, What I don't remember is the whole collapse. So it's anyway.
そんでさ、今は桜庭が看護してるんだけど、当然役に立たないから、長谷倉先輩に見てもらえないかなって。
Ah, no
す
problem.
ぐ頼んでもらえる？
Yeah, in that case, I'll be heading out for a bit. I put my sandals on and went to her house. When I came back, Tomoki's still there. She said sure, she's already on her way.
あ、いや、太一の言うことだけはよく聞くんだ。
Okay, so I remember this conversation during the first time. Because if she didn't, a lot of errors would occur.
Huh?
Anyway, would you like to come upstairs and play some PC 98 games? Not that I have any. Since you were in charge of disk swaps.
パチって何？ Windows の？
Please, say that's a lie, my friend.
わけわかしまず。
Tomoki's gas were all like this. You really don't know the PC 98. Despite being a computer nerd.
少なくとも今まで聞いたことはないな。
I guess that makes sense. No, I wasn't in that generation either, but... Anyway, Tomoki, the comment's going to make you enemies with all the old computer nerds born since the 48th year of Showa.
いや、今更全然怖くないし。だいたい昭和なんて古生代に生まれたオールドタイプ 100% な原始人のことまでいちいち面倒見てられないよ。
Huh? My fear was aroused. You can't say things like that.
なんでさ、
Tomoki's yet to know fear. And that's what they call youth, right? Right? Hopeless youth really is scary, Tomoki.
だってさ、おじさんはおじさんコミュニティで得意のガン話でも永遠にスパイラルさせておけばいいんじゃないかな。
My lifespan shrunk. And then I remembered, around this time last year, on the first day of Wardus, Yusa-chan came to visit. Okay, at least this kind of connects to what happened in the first time around. Because the first time around, Yusa-chan did actually show up. But so now they're kind of forcing her to still show up, but now it's like it's a deliberate flashback this time around. Hi, who might you be?
小島
Dochira.
です。
That's a cute voice hiding underneath the gangster-like surname. Yusa-chan, it's open. Come in. The door opened timidly, and the pretty girl was standing there.
どうも、こんばん。
I sat her down and served her wheat tea. We talked about a lot of things.
私、今日が誕生日なんです。
Oh, it was today?
それでですね、これ、お誕生日プレゼントです。
Anyway, thanks. But why?
それと、交換日記を明日提出できたらなと思ったので。
So, here's the exchange diary. And on top of that, a birthday present from me. Okay, so this scene is a little different now. I mean, they were talking about like the whole birthday thing because she came by. It's her birthday, and then there was a scene when he actually he went back to his room and tried to decide what he thought about giving her a gift or something like that. Wait, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This girl is always at a loss for words when she's surprised. Now then, Sate, why don't I walk you back home? She was even at an even worse loss for words than before. It's already nighttime, so there are quite a few dangerous people out there. Especially in this town. Shall we go? Then I walk her home.
その質問、毎回しますよね、太一さん。難しくてよくわかりませんですけど。はい。 教習です。
It's training. training. Homesickness. Field note. Training and homesickness are both pronounced kyoshu. Kyoshu? Okay. Interesting. No. Assault. So it is this word. If you get creative enough with a certain kanji. Assault. Yes. Assault. To attack intensely. Yeah. I like that word. I laughed in my dream. Without stopping. Ridicule. Sunken emotions are soon consumed by the abyss. The gliding which reminds me of the void of cynicism melts, and now bare fragments mix into an enormous nucleus and just one thought. Enemies are enemies. I'll kill them if I must. All right, that's a really interesting change. This morning, club activities under the roof are proceeding vigorously. Hey, you!
Hi!
One yell from me, and from the top of the ladder, Senpai fell off. The silent pheasant remains unshot.
泣いてないじゃないですか。
Hey, Miss Injured Person. What was it now? The meaning doesn't matter at all. This is about sensibility. Oh, that's her. And while I wasn't around as well.
別にこそこそやっていたわけじゃ。ただどうしても気になりまして、今朝は5時に目が覚めましたし。
Using this excuse, Senpai explained herself with copious body language. You're a traitor.
違いますよ。
Ah, Miss Sato Senpai, you're heartless.
ですから。はい、私の負けです。
Both her hands rose up. 7:50 a.m. Caught a criminal in the act.
はーい。
She held out both hands. And those wrists. Ah, crap, I just...
なんですこれ。
Handcuffs.
おもちゃですよね。
Hey, they're real. Silence.
どうして本物のブツを持っていますか。
The Koban was empty and some handcuffs have been left outside, so I picked them up on my way here.
なんだ。もう仕方ない人。
He was fuming. He
鍵
laughed.
は？
The Kagi. Yeah, the Kagi is. I wonder where. Our smiles froze. Sorry, I'm really distracted right now. She
ご
laughed.
めんなさいペケ君。今鍵はどこにあるんでしょうねって聞こえちゃいました。
Because that's what I just said. She became expressionless.
今あなたは私に暴行されても文句を言えない立場になりました。
That's okay for certain reasons. I was attacked.
どうして君はそう軽率なことを。
He It's a conditional
こ
reflex.
んなの鍵がなかったら外れないですよ。
Well, shouldn't we just look for the key?
その交番にあるんでしょうか。
Of course, I'll look for it on my way home today.
今から行きなさい。
Yes, right away. With the W Iron Claw presently active, I had no room to answer otherwise. But please stay where you are until I come back.
これじゃ着替えもできません。
For now, why don't you go into a classroom?
そうですね。
We both entered the building.
誰にも見つからないといいんですが。
Why is that?
連行されているように見えるじゃないですか。
Did you ask? It looks more like some kind of
プ
play.
レイ？
Senpai's classroom was on the third floor, right?
そこですよ。
Miki came over from there.
コンチです。
Senpai frantically tried to hide her wrist, but failed. The towel covering her wrist slid right off. She should have just stayed still.
逮捕されてる。違います。これはいたずらです。先輩、
She raised her hand. What is it, Inspector Yamanobe?
今日は保健室が空いているようであります。
She saluted while introducing us to a good location for play. Ooh, she's so nice. The innocent senpai did not understand. Well, thank you. What about yourself?
自分はもうちょっと処女でいたいかなと思う次第。
That's a shame.
お
Bye.
勤めご苦労様です。
She bowed her head and saw us off.
今の会話、よくわかりませんでした。
It would be amazing if you had understood it.
は
Now, the train station. And quite a rundown one at that. But the lack of litter was some consolation. The Koban is very close to here. An unpatrolled sign had been hung up, and no one was in there. I found the key quickly. I wonder if this counts as theft. Of course it does. And a police property. The final crime of this misdemeanor king. Arson Taichi. Arson Taichi. Got it. It better get back soon. No one goes past the station. The station is nothing but a connection between the city and the residential district to begin with, so it's never that busy. This open region of the inorganic asphalt was hot enough to create small shimmers in the air. It was as if no cars were to be seen. Wait, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I can only go 30 minutes more. I haven't even started my Uma Musume stuff. It's already 8 something. And for sure Uma Musume is gonna be like 2 hours at least today. Anyway, to walk down the center of the road. There's no one to assign the blame. Why is that? Think about a world like this. No matter what crime you stain your hands with, no one will ever blame anyone, and you'll never have to be blamed. A lawless world. But I'm the only one here right now. In a world with just me. What kind of crimes are there? None. Without points of connection between people, the majority of sins evaporate and lose meaning. Idealistic. You could call it an ideal society. To be alone, to throw away the masses. What abilities are needed for that? Or is a suitable mental construct what's needed? Humans have many and varied desires. They continue to exist even in various dimensions, from such wants like, I want to drink water, What is desire? A desire for success, a desire for knowledge, a desire to create, a desire to conquer. Those are things with values decided either by others or by comparing oneself with others. Desire might just be a manifestation of wanting the consent of others. I want to have more wealth than other people. I want to have more knowledge than other people. I want to succeed more than other people. The prerequisite of others. The root of desire lies in attaining that which many people acknowledge as valuable. One of the clearer forms of that is currency. Even without the intended use for it, people will crave it. When humans live together with desire, their world is already colored by the thoughts and values of others, and their characters thereby take shape. But if one were alone, how would his desires modify? No. The moment others disappear, desires would lose that definition and become wants. A race without rival doesn't constitute a competition, and thus high running speeds are no longer sought after. How many people are there in the world with only themselves, and who therefore are true intellectuals? Can they continue to create art without any viewers? Welcome back to Sakura no Toki. Yeah, I think it's the topic is Sakura no Toki, not Kota. Anyway, who are they to overcome? Yes. When alone, people change. They can't not change. The burdens of emotions that force them upward would no longer be minuses. If the world became one where sins weren't sins, I felt something like a revelation telling me my eyes were for that purpose. I turned around. How long do you intend to follow me? My voice traveled far in this unpopulated space. At least we have a context who is following Taichi. Don't you have other things to do? I waited, but there was no answer. Do something. I spat out those words and set out towards school. I can't preoccupy myself with every little thing. The fearsome presence continued to tail me. I'm thankful she's worrying about me. But still, because my hair is white, I'll never get sunstroke. That might be something like getting irritated with one's mother. It had a certain freshness, but it was thoroughly annoying. I went as far as the school walls before exhaling from relief, because the presence had disappeared. That was so annoying. Even though it happens all the time, I got goosebumps. For that dense existence. Are you a demon? She might be near. It's a pain to be loved by such a thing. My stomach bug. Like a beast. Maybe I should call it my stomach beast. I smell food. My feet spun toward the cafeteria. It's another flashback. I wonder if the other routes will also do this. I don't want to reread this stuff because I think the first time reread of the scenes that you read the first time around is kind of okay because it gets you to the mindset that Taichi is. I don't know what he's actually doing, but it's like when he does something, he's thinking. My interpretation right now and understanding is that when he's doing something, he's rewriting it with like his memories of the past. Anyway, ooh, I'm inhaling the smell. There were very few cars around. There are usually 10 of them standing here, but today there were only 2. We must have a lot of absences at the moment because everyone's having mental problems due to the heat. Which was why the cafeteria was so nice and quiet. Thanks to that, I could easily get to the highly sought after menus. No. If I use a certain connection of mine, I could get them easily anyway. But that must not be used. My forbidden secret tactic. It's a double-edged sword. But you, Sachan, it's really cute. I bought a ticket for meal B and waited at the counter. It's here. That woman laughed with a muffled voice resembling an abnormally huge leader of a group of bandits one might find drinking sake at the desert of a cave in a fantasy game. Sometimes he's larger than the cave entrance. What's with that? I was afraid. Don't scare me, Oba-chan. I'm a delicate writer. Her angry voice traversed the cafeteria with a bang. The reinforced glass was shaking. Not possible. I watched it with absurd interest. You're loud, Oba-chan.
普通に話してるんだけどね。ここの子たちやわだから、あんたも手加減してやんなよ。
Sensing danger, I took a step back. A giant deformed hand passes in front of my eyes with a roar. Just now, Skinship, if I had been hit, death. I accidentally used the method of thought depiction from Sui. I have no idea here. Taka Nanase's series. I can't explain it, but I feel like there's a connection to Nanase. No, there isn't.
やっぱり端っこいね、あんたは。飯かくらいに来たんだろ。
Yes. I held out my meal ticket, feeling like I was giving candy to a lion.
ユサが世話になってるからサービスしてやるよ。
Thanks. Yes. This very person was being allowed to exist as the mother of the ultimate pretty girl, Yusa-chan. So in a few decades, Yusa-chan's going to...
どうしたい、ふらついて。
Oh man, you're right. I was feeling dizzy.
そりゃいけないね。血肉が足りないんだよ。
Ahaue-sama made her decision.
はいよ、エス定食。
There's an S?
あんたのために作ったのさ。
Spoken in a loud voice echoing throughout the cafeteria. I'm being whispered about. I'm very grateful, Ahaue-sama, but
母上様だなんて嬉しいね。
my food doubled in height.
ね、
I like that. It's height.
娘とはどうなのよ。
Huh? How am I supposed to answer that?
うまく手なずけたみたいじゃないか。婿か、いいね。
Son-in-law? And even more food? Go man, this is enough, Ahaue-sama.
大丈夫さ。心配はいらないよ。
She added a second plate of pork cutlet. This is a bribe. Is it a buy-off? Oh. Rumors are spreading. Right now, everyone's spreading incredible rumors about me.
あんたもいろいろあるんだろうから難しいこと考えなくてもいいんだよ。全部私に任しときな。
The miso soup, which have nothing but seaweed in it, for some reason had whole crabs thrown in. Damn, the whole crab.
天下りです。インサイダー取引が。
Inside the Toritsuki.
なんか非合法の。
だって参拝問題の当事者なの。
Bad. This matters beneath the dignity of Kurosu Taishi. Now, I have 4 plates of pork cutlet. That's too many!
なんだい、これくらい食べられるだろうよ。
She slammed down on my shoulders, with arms like those of a crown of thorns starfish devouring Okinawan coral. The doubling of that weight pushed me into the floor. Ah! I fell to my knees.
あらすけ。やっぱり食べなきゃ。そんでもっと太らなきゃ。
You, Sachan, if you don't leave home soon, you'll be fattened. Holding over 5 times the provision of a common man, I sat down in the appropriate place.
相変わらず強力なコネクションだな。
Tomoki, holding a tray with the lunch C, sat down beside me. Is that you, Tomoki-sensei?
あやかりたいもんだ。
Please, do borrow
いい
it.
の？
I can't eat this much.
じゃあ遠慮なく。
He took the pork cutlets.
さっきまで桜庭とパン食ってたんだけど足りなくてさ。
He wasn't in sports clubs. He wasn't in the sports clubs after all.
筋トレとかもうやってないんだけどな。
Just having muscle consumes fat. That's why muscular guys have bad mileage.
じゃあ筋肉ない方がいいわけ？
Of course not. To keep your figure from gaining extra fat, it's better to just do strength training in moderation.
なるほど。
Is Sakuraba still having karipan?
7個くらい食ってた。
Wow!
この学食業者のがマイフェイバリットカレーパンだとか言ってさ。
My favorite. Stupid tongue of his.
アホ舌だな。
We ate. Damn it. We eat and we eat, and we won't get any
も
smaller.
らっとこうか。
Please do.
おい、味噌汁にカニが入ってる。
There are.
どういうコネだよ。
The world's strongest submission. A trout hold. Son-in-law engagement.
例のおばちゃんの娘ってやつ？
Yep.
やっぱ母親になのかな。
No. She's an amazingly cute girl with glasses, and she's attached to me. She'll believe anything I say.
なんだ、もう満体だ。
No. I, who will likely ascend to an aggressive job of my own, which will make me fit fit to hold a Swiss bank account, cannot be meowing after an honest girl.
寝言が聞こえる。ああ、太一さ、適応係数試験どうだった？
Anyway you look at it. I gulped down the seltzer wheat tea. Severely high. Unacceptable. My teacher's eyes went white when he saw
い
it.
くつよ。
84%.
うわ、それ偏差値だったらな。
Oh, yeah, this is the thing I was talking about earlier. So, they talk about it as if it's a normal thing, which is a normal thing for them, but from the audience perspective, you have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. It wasn't explained what the hell this exam is yet. Anyway, exactly. Isn't that bad? I might become something horrible.
研究棟で解剖されるかもね。
Have mercy. I clung to his sleeve.
無理だ。17% の俺とは住む世界が違う。
What? Hey, what's your number? Why is your number the same as a normal
だ
person's?
って俺外傷だし。
Ah, that's right. I'm so stupid. I've been thinking of us as
お
equals.
前が言うな。
Ah, Raba's pretty low as well.
あいつ15だったかな。
Weren't his obstacles internal? Why did he get sent to Gunjo with that number?
いや、あいつ願書に群青って書いたらしいよ。
So at the very least, this entire scene, you know, it's you try to infer what the hell that thing about the thing about Gunjo and the thing about the exam. Anyway, we're looking at each other's faces. Both of us? Huh? That makes no sense.
同感。
National exams are pretty half-ass. Nah, on that note, you better make up with your Onesan. You keep saying it's too hard and that you never get around to it.
それはお姉ちゃん。姉貴が裏切るから。
Didn't this guy nearly say Onechan just now? Whatever. Miyasumi senpai would. Tomoge and Mimi senpai were siblings, though their surnames are different.
放送部に入ったのだってさ、無理やりなんだ。帰宅部しようと思ってたのに、あなたパソコン少年でしょ？だったら手伝ってとか言ってさ、パソコン少年だから手伝えという論法だ。どうか？
Come on. Does it even matter? You're practically in the going home club anyway.
まあな。どっちにしろバスケ部ないしな、ここ。
But you can't even run.
まあ。
Give it up. It's nice not to have any annoying senpai.
帰宅部になったら好きなだけ漫画読めると思ったのにな。なんで今さら姉貴と仲良く部活動しなきゃなんないのよ。
Your cis gun is palpable.
なんか言ったか？
Yeah, that was a memory when I was a first year. Man, okay, that makes me think because I realized there was a lot of so we're doing a lot of flashbacks, and when we went through like the first set of events, I always thought they were already like a second year or something like that, and they're all well connected. I think, you know, all the scenes before were like disconnected scenes. I'm getting the impression because I didn't think he was first year when we read the first part, so I am surprised this is like a memory about when he was the first year. All that aside, I'm helping out with the club now. What do I do with this part? Does it go here? Or here? I'll put it here for now. This feels like the right spot.
わかりますか？
Well, somehow, Senpai was holding the step ladder below me.
男の子がいると頼もしいですね。
Wait a second. If he was worrying about this, he had that memory during the first year. I guess it's totally possible, like him going out, getting the handcuff keys was. Well, wait, no, there. I'm a little confused about the timeline because I'm aware at the very least at the start of the story, like the actual after the camp thing, they're already second year at that point because Miki and the flowers are first year students, right? So I guess the storytelling's a bit the storytelling's non-linear about that the beginning scene. I'm a little confused. Anyway, is that so? Anytime you are in need, I shall. Come to think of it, doesn't she have a Ototo? Are you fighting with Tomoki? Senpai's face became overcast.
まあちょっと冷静に
So, even Tomoki gets in fights. That guy doesn't get seriously mad at all that often. It seems Senpai received a shock from those words.
当然なのかもしれないですね
What?
人生は難しいです昆虫しようという感じです
I didn't understand that.
裏切られるぞ。
Was there some kind of betrayal? Her eyebrows narrowed.
友樹がそう言ってたんですか
Yeah.
うーん
Senpai? Senpai looked like she was about to cry, and she was moaning, no. Hmm?
なんと言いますかもう
She jostled the step ladder back and forth.
ままならねえです
I'm going to fall! It was a harsh club.
やっはーたいちゃん
Huh? It's a mysterious bicycle girl. It's a mysterious bicycle girl. I said what I was thinking.
思ったまま口にしないように
She saw right through me. This girl's suspicious. Her origins are unknown. I've never seen that uniform.
開き直って思考を言葉に固くしないように
I wonder if Nanaka is her real name.
うっさいわね細かいことグダグダ言うんじゃないわよ
What school do you go to?
ひみちゅ
Ah, I see. I ignored her and walked on.
おハードボイルディ
You can talk while I'm walking.
まあね
So, do you need something of me?
もちろん用事があるわけさ
She stuck her finger out at me.
とっととアンテナ組み立てる
Huh? By antenna? You mean the one Misato senpai is constructing?
そうそれこのままじゃちょっと間に合わないよ
For what?
期限に
Which is...
あんたね
What is it? She suddenly got mad at me.
一回一回が大事な人生でしょうが調子こいてるといつまでも無駄にしちゃってそのうち存在自体が固定行動に固着しちゃうんだからね可能性っていうのはそういう性質があるんだからウィンズだって一時キャッシュのせいでリセットしたつもりでもエラーを繰り返すことがあるでしょうにことに今は
This was back 22 years ago. Even to this day, Windows is still the same. She took a deep breath and closed her mouth. Are you neurotic?
こんなキューティー捕まえて貴様なんて言うな
That stung. What? She slapped my face. I spun at high speed, quickly flying upward, and collided with the ground in a horizontal state. I know a idea this girl could manifest comic force. We're not gonna read that. We already know what that is.
あごめん
Amazing force. You can conquer all the land.
女の子にそんな皮肉言わないの
She helped me to my feet. That hurt a lot.
ごめんね
When I said you could conquer all the land, I didn't mean simply by physical strength, but by character.
What?
Thanks to your scientific force, I can live on, even after suffering that impact.
よくわからない
But I ought to have spun out a bit further up into the atmosphere. Well, on the other hand, I do think running to the extremes just to avoid the norms is pitifully impoverished. So that'll be overkill. The point being that eternally maintaining a superficial position on the path of kings will only set you up for the fall the moment you're controlled by sensationalization. I don't know why I have a hard time pronouncing that.
お前は私と会話する気があるのか
I'm sorry. Even I don't understand what all that meant.
しょうがないやつ
She sighed, half fed up with me.
あ、ほっぺたに血
Huh? Maybe a little got pushed out by the comic force.
まだ力場とか言うか
So my own blood is fine. Not you. Blood's a weakness of mine. I can't explain the expression which recurred at Nanaga's face at that moment. She seemed to be crying and also laughing. Yet it wasn't a simple tearful smile. Deep-rooted troubles were blended into it.
太一
The voice flowing from her lips seemed to be becoming hoarse. Her face approached mine, along with moistened eyes. The actions of a human's conscious mind are truly great. If I were a normal manga hero, I'd be unable to predict any such occurrence, and at best be hesitating. But as a real human being, the stew of my mind easily predicted that there was no other conclusion than I'm being kissed. By the time Nanaka's face had closed within 5 centimeters of mine, I'd already begun investigating ways to save face by saying, indeed, she made it look as such after the kiss. Actually, even though this thought process is more realistic, even an amateur writer like myself knew that the reason it's rarely employed in the world's stories is that it's too real to have any story-like affinity. After all, stories are just pretending to be a reality. I nodded to that in my mind. But where's that kiss? A kiss without passion or flavor. Her act of sticking her tongue to my cheek, looking upward, could be referred to as a kiss, but
唾でもつけておけば治るでしょ
ah! I punched my temporal lobe, and punch. The outcome of this familiar speculation turned to dust so fast. Damn you! The shame!
自分って自分を
What is reality? What is affinity? What claim do I have to intelligence when it's been nationally verified that I'm subhuman?
落ち着け
I want to die!
こらこら
I must be aware of the fact that what they call my only self is garbage.
え
Toxic garbage. There are many non-intellectuals in Gunja. I've always been afraid of hurting people. After all, unintelligence is the inability to avoid danger. Like a cat jumping in front of a car. I had to control myself with meticulous care. But every day is so much fun. I keep forgetting that I really am. Nanaka moved. This time she truly pierced the void, not giving me time to predict it.
楽しいって言えるならいいじゃん
The ambiguous softness of breasts. A girl's scent. Mysteriously, I felt no disorder. The sensation of being embraced was different from Yoko-san's.
その言葉は嬉しいんだすっごく強くならないと生きる資格がないわけじゃないから弱いままでもいいんだよ
Even if you say that, she knows. She knows something? You are...
Nanaka
Nanaka. I don't know. Along no axis of my past was that name recorded. Then, how does she know me?
落ち着いた
Yeah. She let go of me. Nanaka was grinning wide. Oh my. Are you in love with me?
バカめ
Dropped my forehead.
そんなんじゃないって
After denying it, she tilted her head and continued to the apex of
う
words.
んけどそうだな好きかもね
Really?
あんたの思う好きとはちょっと意味が違うけどね
What does that mean?
あんたってさきっと子供の頃母親にエッチないたずらするタイプだよ
I did no such thing.
私もだでもさそういうのって結構母親も嬉しいのかもよ
What the fuck? Perverted Frankswood?
そ
What? Why? Why is she implying this sort of thing? Anyway. But the shock of being petted by one's prepubescent son. No. I guess it might be Moe.
化学分解されてしまえこの有害ゴミめが
Ah!
さて帰るか
Why not come to my place? We at least have lukewarm water.
にひひエッチなことされたくないから帰る
I'll do them. I will. If you come, I will.
危ない危ない
She quickly mounted her bicycle. I moved to her back and tried to look at her underwear. Dark blue buruma. Damn. Wait, buruma? The buruma, which were exterminated quite some time ago as a solid blue sexual harassment gem clothing because of the feminist movement. Nanaka-san. I was trembling. Just as the rumors say, that matter of sticking to the hips was a true rarity.
アンテナちゃっちゃと組み立てちゃいなさいよね
Huh? Antenna? How sudden.
それって可能性だからさ
The chain made a slightly comforting sound as it spun. The tires rubbed the asphalt and the wheels began to roll. What? I'm writing a manuscript. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Hee. I can't get my thoughts together. The tension is now the exact opposite of that first day when I was writing absentmindedly using only my talent.
くー
Someone was calling me. I peeked out the window. Mimi senpai,
こんばんは
what's wrong?
どこにいるのです
I'm looking at you from the second floor window.
暗くて見えません
I can see you just fine.
どうしてなんでしょうね
Sad.
ペケ君はすごく読めが効くんですね
Since I'm a wild animal, my senses are sharp.
なんかかっこいいです
She spoke while flapping her arms. She's acting awfully young. Anyway, please come in.
はーいあろうそく
The atmosphere is really important when writing Ozueo-san.
なるほ
She promptly sat down in a seiza
ど
position.
お勉強でもしてたんですか
No, just working on the manuscript.
あ
So, with what purpose have you visited this house?
あよく手伝ってくれてますからご飯をおごろうかと思いまして
She held up a wrapped object.
お弁当です
Senpai, banzai.
2人分作ってきたんです一緒にどうですか
I'll get some drinks. Oishi. Senpai's good at this.
そうですか料理は最近始めたばかりなんですけど
Well, I know gourmet or anything.
あその言い方はひどいかもです
It's delicious. Yes, delicious. It's been cooked really well. Did you use an open fire?
はいもち
I mean, they're in a world where no electricity is working, so... I mean, this is the same conversation as last time, but if you consider the context this time around, she really had to. Somehow, it feels like it's been a while since I ate a bento like this.
ろんそうなんですか
My Okasan isn't with us.
ま
I think I miss her.
あペケ君
Senpai. With the soft darkness, we looked at one another. The candle's delicate flames shone a soft crimson light onto her cheek. Oh. Doko. Wait, where the hell is my tab for... Okay, there he is. Approach her. Senpai,
何
from now on, would you make miso soup for me? Forever? By the way, was this the choice where... I can't remember. Oh yeah, in the first time around, we couldn't choose this option if I remember correctly. For some reason, I proposed to her. Senpai became upset. She leaned to one side, averting her eyes. She brought her small fist up to her mouth as her thoughts carved wrinkles into her forehead.
ペケ君、私
Wait, give me a second. Yes?
味噌汁作れないんです。
Lahio! I screamed out the window. It was a textbook example of stooge. Approach her further. I understand, senpai. Then, in exchange,
何
have you ever had sex?
文脈違うじゃないですか。
I've been thinking it'd be nice to do it with senpai. On the day of the entrance ceremony, when sakura petals were in the air, I lost sight of all goals after my, I don't know if it's younger or older, brother's death. But senpai saved me with those few words.
騙されません。そんな最大瞬間風速的恋愛オーラには騙されません。大体弟なんていないでしょ。
Well, it's also younger, but okay, he doesn't have one. He's make believe. On that sunny summer day, I planned to quit baseball in order to avoid memories of
違
him.
う違う。野球は違う。と言いますか、すごくエッチなこと考えてませんか？
Well, I was just thinking, after the need for food comes the need for sex, right?
ラリホ
Senpai screamed out the window.
ー。それ以上近寄ったら舌を噛んで死にます。
Are you that opposed to it? I might cry. So, it does come down to looks after all. An unsightly white-haired boy won't be permitted the love given to normal humans. But would you have sex with me if I beg? That's so sad. I feel like I only need one more push. Approach her.
とりあえず落ち着きましょう。ね。
Impossible. No man can pull back after coming this far.
そんなこと言われても。
Back then, during my first year when I was all alone, you talked to me a lot on the roof.
あれは同じ場所で居合わせたから。
Senpai, you saved me. You pulled me out of the darkness. The darkness. I've seen this line so many times. I wasn't really able to enter the broadcasting club, was I? Because my adaptation coefficient was too high. But didn't you invite me anyway? And you pulled some strings so that I could truly enter the club. I know, because I did some digging.
それは一人で寂しそうだったから健全な部活を通して。いや、
Stop moving so I can take it off.
外したらダメ。
I will. Decisively.
ダメ。置いたです。ダメ。
If you extend your hand to someone, there's a relationship there. So be thankful and bear your goodwill. It's only natural that I want to do it with senpai.
でも私ダメですってば。
Then you'll reject me? You could just return me to my former darkness. If you did that, you and I wouldn't resist too strongly. I wouldn't think of making another connection again.
そういう言い方はずるいです。
Actually, that is truly unfair, but yes, it is unfair. I am unfair. I took off her suspenders. I undid her buttons.
ダメ。
I grab her hand. Then I'll just look.
見るだけ？
I'll just look at Senpai's breasts.
そんなのダメに決まってます。
I keep undoing buttons, one by one. You touch me.
ダメ。ダメ。
I'll look. I open her blouse. I lay my fingers on top of her bra. She closed her eyes. Senpai? Her light breathing was already sounding like that of someone asleep. 1 hour. That's how long she's been sleeping. I watched her the whole time.
ペケ君、
Hello. Konnichiwa.
私寝てしまって。
She panicked over her nakedness and hid under the sheets. It felt more like you fainted.
やだ。
She felt ashamed. Does it hurt?
いえ、ヒリヒリしますけど、まだ何か入ってる感じが。
I wiped it off for you.
拭いたって？
She looked down inside the sheets. I think you're completely clean.
生き恥。
That's not true at all. Your body's perfectly clean now. She groaned. Please, wait a moment. I went downstairs and came back. Here you go. Handmade popsicles. Okay, so this is something for the first time around.
あら、いただきます。
We both bit into them.
冷たい。
I like how even if it's like even if the difference between the two scenes, he still offers her popsicles. Wait, I thought the refrigerators weren't running. I'm a little confused. I thought there was no electricity. Anyway. Yep, she doesn't seem mad.
しちゃいましたね。
We did.
こんな時なのに。
Self-preservation instincts go wild in crisis situations.
嘘おっしゃい。
Hey, senpai,
はい。
why don't we go to the beach tomorrow?
海に？
Just us.
そうですね。
Ah, something different compared to the last time where he had the whole club show up. She might have just thought of her club. You need breaks too.
そうですね。じゃあ、明日は休みにして、パーッと。
She was being shy. She seemed refreshed, but somewhere in her there was still a doubt. One that I'd never reached, even by sleeping with her. The beach was fun. Even now I can remember everyone frolicking around. I like how we skipped to we skipped to this. That part of your swimsuit covering your butt.
長谷倉さんってクロス君とどういうご関係なんでしょうね。
It's a good thing that she's the next route, by the way. Yoko-chan.
ヨコちゃん。
Oh, I know.
ですね、もう。
Wait, I kind of forgot. Okay, I think they did this scene. Yeah, but I kind of forgot for some reason.
体は嫌。失礼しますしますします。バーカ。あ、くるい。痛い。おでこ痛い。ブツブツブツ。
But it was fun. One fun sea bat ended there. Miki's wound left a very small scar. Even so, she was bright and cheerful on the way home, as if she gained something through being hurt. It was that kind of face. Afterward, Misada-senpai returned to school to help carry the broadcasting club's newly delivered antenna. Tomoki, who hadn't broken up relations with his Onesan, said something sarcastic. That Cisco behavior of his was made fun of by Miki ever since, even into their third year at Gunjo. Yusa-chan, for the first time, opened her heart a little toward a group of other people. That's what the beach meant to us. I'm glad they speedrun this. They speedrun the whole beach scene because, you know, at this point, you know, this is very different from what happened last time. So they just speedrun the whole thing. I put my head in the classroom and Toko was there. I stood still, surprised. Kirihara. Her gaze lazily swam past me, almost as if she could see right through me. Toko's cheeks were sunken. Her skin was pale. Her hair was falling apart. The lamplight of her light was dimming. She was resting her face indifferently on the desk. Was Toko running away untouched by anyone? In this world where humanity had met its end, was she unable to endure the shock? Everyone dies alone in the end, but until they die, they had to keep living. I approached her and spoke to her, as gently as I could. Even if that's hypocrisy, I don't care. Because I exist in order to commit hypocrisy. I know you don't like it, but will you try coming to the club tomorrow? She raised her gaze with an expression of perplexity and indecision. Those haggard features took on the shape of scarlet, giving an impression both brave and tragic. Okay? I left a water bottle and wrapped sandwich on the table. leftovers from our sea bat. There was just enough for one. Toko gazed intently upon it. I'm still surprised he, even though he's with Senpai, he's still thinking about Toko. Got me curious about her route, which is like next route anyway. Did they read it? Toko gazed intently upon it. If you don't eat up, you're going to get sick.
食欲
A hoarse voice. Okay, I get it. Now you eat. Her hand slowly extended, taking out the plastic, biting small pieces. Take your time. There's water too. She covered her mouth. Are you okay? 大丈夫か?
平気だからいいから
She shook me off. Her conduct was weak, but her will to reject was certain. Kirihara! An awkward
こ
silence.
れもらうわ
Huh?
家で食べるから
Oh, are you sure?
ええありがとう
Man, her voice really sounds so weak. Of course, her... Yeah. She smoothly produced words of thanks. I plan to help out with the club on Sunday. You should come if you feel up to it. We'll put up an SOS, though we probably won't have a very wide range. We can do all kinds of directions and frequency bands and tuning. Those are our new club activities. Not bad, right?
そうね
Oh wait, I'm way past what. Earlier, a while ago, I said I'm just gonna be up for 30 minutes. I'm way past that, but let me just round it up. I'm almost close to 9. I felt that I'd renovate just a little my horrible relationship with Toko. Renovated. Nice choice of words. Could be at least renewed, or whatever. It's 9 time, so I'm writing the manuscript. I'm not making good progress right now. Ordinary content, but right now I have to keep going. That's lacking in panache. That's right. I'll have Senpai look at this. There's no time like the present. I left my house right away. Senpai's house. I tried knocking, but there was no answer. Senpai! Still no answer. Response. Your Taichi has come. Maybe she's not in. Could she possibly still be at school? Ah, she's here.
ペケ君
You're overdoing it.
ごめんなさい
As one would expect, she appeared to have been constructing the antenna. How can you even get work done when it's this dark?
気になっちゃってダメですか
It's bad. If you got the time to do that, please look at this
お
manuscript.
やもうできましたか
Only partly, but I want your opinion.
あーでもこうくらいと読めないですね
That's true. Forget it then. Let's go home.
でももうちょっとだって
Mimi Senpai. Okay. Sorry, I'm starting to get distracted. So I'm really close to my limit now. Nothing will be gained from rushing
う
this.
ーん
You should be taking your time, right? Is the game telling me to take my time? Like literally. Anyway, there's loads of time. If you hurry it along, it'll just end that much sooner. Senpai, would you be able to handle that? She seemed ready to cry. My back went numb. I just realized I run my mouth off into a taboo.
私逃げてるんでしょうか
That's right.
そう見えちゃいますか
I was. You're running away by devoting yourself to your work. I looked up at the antenna. Forcing yourself to keep working in a way that intentionally increases the
抜
workload.
かれてましたか
I thought that was normal. What Senpai is doing? I don't think it's that strange. There's no such thing as a person who hasn't fled from something. But to have to flee so desperately like you are. Senpai, it's painful. My heart can't take it. You should have passed 30 by now. severe self-injurious behavior. The silence of asset. I just piled on more words. Oh wait, I can't remember. Okay, I kind of remember the scene, but part of my brain can't tell. Maybe I kind of forgot already, but I remember something about she's literally way older than them, or like it's talking about the coefficient thing. Can't remember. Working on your own is fine, but you're being chased into a corner. Individually devoting yourself like this is dangerous. When you finally lose it, it'll be dangerous. So this is the roof after all. Do you understand?
分かってますよ。
She said as if alone. I've been really worried. Senpai took off her glasses. She brushed the back of her finger along her tear-filled
ペ
eyes.
ケ君に心配されるくらい不安定だったんですね。
Haha, that's a rude way to put it.
君にこんなこと言われるなんてびっくりしました。
I'm just gonna finish this scene. I really need to go. I wipe her
あり
tears.
がとう。
Don't mention
だっ
it.
てみんなバラバラでこのまま無賛するみたいで。
I'm not
だ
evaporating.
って君はなんだか動機が不純。
She found out.
で
Well,
も確かに私意固地になっていたのかも。
besides, strictly speaking, you weren't alone, were you? Here. I showed her the wrap object I picked up under the water tower just a moment ago.
差し入れ
Yes, but the inside is Karipan. She noticed that and covered her mouth. Lately, she's been pretty nervous. It won't show her face much. That idiot can't stand watching her friends get cornered, so she just brings this Karipan.
でもペケ君嬉しそう。
Are you going to eat it? Senpai nodded slightly. Together we ate the Karipan. Tateto. Since it's before noon, the air temperature isn't that high yet. Wait, the scene ended. Okay, let me continue. I went to the roof alone. Early morning. Senpai ought to be here by afternoon. Sate. I got a head start on the work. For now, there's heavy labor to do. Even I can handle transporting heavy objects. I brought some materials to the roof. There, I came across Tomoki.
太一か。
Wait, I'll be right back. Don't worry, we'll still continue. Okay, I'm back. I was able to buy some additional more time. I kind of did some rolling in Uma Musume, but I'll do my dailies after this. We probably bought myself, I don't know, 20 to 30-ish minutes. Let's see. He stared at me in shock. Did you come to participate in the club?
そんなわけ。
Senpai seems to be bothered by that. There seems to be a lot of stress building up within her at the moment. And it's from the family circumstances, right? And that's why she's been so
無
reckless.
茶っていうかさ。
Should I said fleeing? A stern expression. Well, I do think it should be just between you and her. But honestly, it's hard to avoid asking for your
太
help.
一こそどうして手伝ってるんだか。
What else is there to do? Besides, I think doing this sort of thing is important to all of us. I placed the materials on the table. I needed some wiring expertise. Damn it, I don't get this stuff.
何してんのさ。
Oh, I figured if I did this, then should say, Pekki-kun, you're amazing, or I'm so moved, or I'm getting wet and kiss me, or something. Yo, Tomoki
宇
sensei.
宙はないだろう。部活か。
Yep. Tomoki lazily sat down on the ground. Little did he know her Anessa was way beyond that.
ほれ。
Oh, thanks. Canned juice. Though it wasn't all that cold.
太一はどうしてそんな熱心なん？
Oh, a serious youth-flavored question.
わけわかめだよ。
Wakame. That's a good joke. Fun joke. That joke was
どう
hilarious.
して部活なん？
Can I ask you something too? With a serious
Oh.
face. It has to do with you and your Nessan. Are you okay with that?
おう
It's a serious question.
け。何？
Yeah. I pushed out my question a little stiffly. Why do you, a person from Kanto, sometimes use nan for what? And soyan for that's true, like part of some pseudo Kansai dialect.
最高に姉貴と関係ない質問だよ。帰る。
Whoa, hold up a minute. Rome wasn't built in a
気
day.
を抜いてくれてありがとう太一くん。
Yep, my conversations always take the scenic route. And Sumari, think about it. Doesn't having an objective give a person something to live for?
生きがいね。けど生きる
Ikigai.
糧があるならそういうのもいいけどさ。
Sorry, for a split second, I heard the word ikigai, and I know that's one of the words that is being abused by English speakers as like too deep for you. It's the ikigai. The meaning is some shit about like your life's meaning for work or some shit. Anyway, that's why I was enamored with this.
こういうのって
By the way, especially business schools, they like using ikigai a lot. The ones that have nothing related to Japan, and of course, some business school in Japan also uses ikigai. They're like, our philosophy is built around ensuring a person has build their ikigai. Okay. Anyway, you grew graffiti. What flavor do you think this was?
いやお茶じゃないから。
Tomoki stood up and circled the antenna.
それでそれだけで
It's nice to have something to do.
あるじゃん。別に物資探すとかさ。
At the very least, the club has hope.
絶望を確認することしかできないかもよ。
There's the hope that we can confirm
わ
despair.
かんないよ太一の考え。
Is that so?
どうしてそんな楽しそうなんだ？ほんと信じられないね。
Tomoki wiped his eyes with his arms.
僕にわかるのはこのアンテナとモービル用機材の決戦だけだ。
Then help out.
なんだよ。もうちょっとそれっぽく感動とかしろよ。
Idiot. I'm crying on the inside. My tears are even better.
そうは見えない。
It's lame for two guys to get down with each other's ears. So go do that with your Nechan.
ひで
Now, if you made that decision, then hurry up and work. The planned broadcast day is
ー。
tomorrow.
へいへい。じゃあ機材調達してくる。太一、
Right? Tomoki's feet stopped in front of the door.
てっきり姉貴と仲直りしろとか言うのかなって思ってた。姉貴を手伝えよ、弟だろって。
Oh no, sibling rivalry is part of a healthy life. I wouldn't stop it. The point being, I was telling you to help me out. I stuck out my
お
chest.
前大物。
I'm the overlord of all adaptation coefficients over 80.
そのオーバーロードともこれからも普通に友達してやるよ。そういうの嫌いじゃないから。
He disappeared inside the school building as if running away. Because I don't dislike. When Tomoki said that, for a moment his face was as red as the limits of humanity would allow. Don't say it as if you're going to get embarrassed. Seriously! I looked up at the antenna. But that should get it progressing a bit. An enjoyable farce of a club. That could become a precious memory. So that someday I'll see enjoyable dreams. Surely. Forever. So I can feel thankful. I think that I'm fighting. And then someday, the roof. All the preparations had been made. But it wasn't meant to be. The antenna had been destroyed. Oh, this is something very different from what happened last time. Very, 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 very different, aside from the sex part. For a moment, I doubted my own eyes. Something that Senpai had worked so hard to construct. In an instant, a part of my thoughts soon withdrew away from my emotions, so that my thoughts could remain calm. Who did this? There are only 8 people in the world. There are only 8 people, and yet... Senpai! She was at the base of the destroyed spire. Senpai! She turned around. Her behavior was poignantly nervous. My hand, which should have touched her shoulder, cut through empty air.
ベケ君
She said as if to push me away. My heart screeched, because I caught a glimpse of her true will hidden in that intonation.
ケチどうしたんだこれ。
The two of them arrived together. I had no idea. Our 3 pairs of eyes turned towards Senpai.
私なわけないじゃないですか。
She answered with a shaky voice.
自分で作って自分で壊す人がいるわけないでしょ。
A lot of people do that, by the way. Well, there were such people. When humanity was alive? Wait, Senpai herself destroyed it? Is that a possibility?
姉貴自分で壊したんじゃないのか。完成したら逃避先がなくなるから。
Oh, I see. I see. Oh, I see. Yeah. So she destroyed it just to give herself to keep maintaining the purpose. To give herself purpose. And if it's finished, you know.
ま
Okay.
た自分でゼロに戻すために。
Yes. That's also a possibility. Especially since Senpai is from Gunjo.
逃げるために逃げ道を作ったんだ。
ちょっと待って、いくらなんでもそんな。
The iron door opened. Our conversation stopped. It was Toko.
ゲイサンバか。
She must have found our neutral reactions odd because she came towards us. Why are you here?
長谷倉先輩が話あるって呼ぶみを
She looked up at the destroyed
壊
antenna.
れたの
It was broken by someone.
壊されたって誰が。
決まってる。ここにいる誰かにだよ。
Toko's eyebrows narrowed.
それって
It's not that delightful a subject.
そうですよ。愉快なわけない。自分で壊すなんてありえない。絶対違います。
She muttered. This antenna used to be for the broadcasting club's activities, but we were planning on using it to send a rescue signal.
え、そうなの？
Isn't that true, Senpai?
そうです。
Senpai hesitated slightly when the conversation suddenly turned in her direction.
そういう意図もありました。
That was meant to be Senpai's club. It wasn't necessarily for running away. We had a specific goal in mind. That's why I don't suspect Senpai at all.
ベケ君、
Don't take it too seriously.
ちょっと何どさくさに紛れて耳触ってるのよ。
This calms her down.
そういうのは恋人同士でやることでしょ。
I shrugged my shoulders. Senpai and I are true soulful lovers, as it were. No one laughed, and no one retorted. Lame. I looked over to Toko. Toko, help.
何？ウインクなんかしてどうしたの？
She's so dense. Never mind.
どうして怒られないといけないわけ？
Okay, let's quit searching for the culprit. Let's get everyone hustling to repair this thing so we can have a human drama while sending our SOS.
無理です。
Why?
必要な機材が燃やされています。修理はできません。
They were burned? She pointed to the materials at her feet.
ガソリンっぽい匂いがします。かけて燃やしたんです。
I had nothing to say. The guy was that thorough. Well. Then there's no real point in chasing after the culprit.
私は犯人が誰か知りたいですね。
Okay, so I guess the first part was they were speculating. Why were they speculating Misato Senpai? That was kind of weird, but okay. I mean, I don't know, man. It was a moment of very of confusion, and even then, someone who should be straight up innocent is like willing to take the blame for some reason. I don't get that. I don't know what what they were doing, but I guess they were so in disbelief or something. Huh?
少なくとも私じゃない。だとすれば、あなたたちの誰かじゃないですか。
Her words resemble bullets. Release one and you can't take it back. Either it misses or it wounds. But Misato Senpai's words brought
あ
understanding.
なたたちの誰かが裏切った。
Those glasses of Senpai's were supposed to be gentle. Although she did get mad. I never thought she'd accuse someone.
人を裏切り者呼ばわりしてさ。
Oh, this is hitting on Tomogi's buttons. Or, you know what? I don't know, man. Tomogi suddenly
あ
screamed.
んたが裏切りとか言うってことは。
The moment Sakuraba moved, Tomogi fell. Did he hit him? Did Sakuraba hit Tomogi? Hey! I can't let them follow up on this development.
いてて。何する。
どうして壊した？
This guy, this VA, man. Those words were aimed at Tomoki. Did you say he broke it?
どうして壊す必要があったんだ？
Sakuraba said seriously.
何言ってんだ。知らないよ。
俺は見た。お前がアンテナを壊す瞬間を見たんだ。
ともき、あなた。
This VA. At that moment, when Tomoki's mouth wrapped unnaturally, warp unnaturally, once again the door opened. Shrill sounds formed fissures in the silence. It was Kiri and Miki. And Kitty was armed. What the fuck? Why is she armed? What the hell is going on?
動かないで。
Everyone's movements froze. They were sewn in place by the arrow held by the crossbow in Kiri's hands. What the hell is going on? Why does she have a crossbow? What the fuck?
動けば撃ちます。これ、おもちゃじゃありませんから。
She couldn't be more right. Buckmaster Mark Point crossbow. It had an optional cocking attachment, possibly for female use. But still, it was a powerful hunting weapon. A sense of unfaltering performance, more than enough lethal force. It was probably at someone's house. A town with so many overnight millionaires were truly defenseless. Kirichin.
クロス大地は特に動くな。私が最もうっかり殺してしまいたい相手だから。
She's sneering. Hey, hang on.
ちょっとどういうことなの？全然わからない。さくらもちょっと落ち着きなさいよ。
When Toko took a step forward, the tip of the bow slid 15 degrees to the left, pointing straight at her.
動かないでください。ちょっと、私は関係ないでしょ？あるんです。
Kitty raised her voice, speaking to everyone.
私たち独立します。
Independent?
つまり
上坂市の団地坂から市役所までのライン。ここが私たちの領土ってことです。
What the hell is going on? I'm confused. What do you mean they're in the what? The territory?
そこにある食料や水、衣類やその他の雑貨類の独り占めってこと？そうじゃありませんよ。食料品やその他の店は設定した国境の反対側にも存在しますから、だいたい3割くらいです。妥当な取り分ですよ。
I understand it's appropriate, but why? Kitty felt let down by that
あ
question.
なた方が信頼できないからです。方南町の向こう、境橋を越えた雑木林の中で死体がありました。
An unvoiced shock ran through us. A corpse?
老人の死体でした。詳しくは確認してません。
Kitty sealed off questions with a terse explanation, then continued.
犯人はこの中にいると私は考えてます。
What the hell? What do you mean, old man corpse? What the fuck? What is going on? That's rather
あ
extraordinary.
なたが 一番疑わしい。
She pointed her crossbow at me. The arrow looked ready to fly at any second.
前科のあるあなたが一番の容疑者なんですよ。
前科
Previous offenses, huh? That's certainly true.
他の人だって可能性はあります。
Next to Kiri, Miki lowered her face. There was no impression that she'd say anything, as if she was only wishing for this to end soon. Ah, I understand what you're trying to say now. But we're all in the same group of friends, and as the last remnants of humanity. Kitty's words tore through mine.
仲間だと思ったことは一度たりともない。
The roof rose in an
ま
instant.
あいい機会なんじゃないかな。
Horribly calm
どう
words.
せさ、何したってうまくいくはずもないんだし。僕もこの人と仲良くなんて考えたくもないし。
Did you break the
ま
antenna?
あね、姉貴が逃げるのが許せなかった。人の逃げ場を奪っておいて、自分だけ逃げるのかって。人に厳しいなら自分にも厳しくしないとな。
Bro, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Like, suddenly we were like accusing one guy, and then somehow it escalated to someone with a fucking crossbow. It's like, yeah. Okay, so I hate to I hate to bring up rewrite, but for some reason I'm bringing up rewrite. It's gonna Romeo Tanaka work, but I mean, not just rewrite. It's like you're going through like some game. Okay, let's use rewrite. It's like you're going to rewrite. You go to one route. Everything is working out. Everything's fine, and then suddenly someone kills someone just like that out of nowhere. When the moment they were just like having like a wait. I'm trying to think which route. There was one route. There was one route that it was speculated that they actually ended up killing each other or some shit like that. Oh man, that's a good PN. At least I'm one of those who really like it. Anyway, let's continue. This interested words, but it also seemed like he was speaking intimately.
独立いいんじゃないかな、さくら。
あなたたちは信頼できない。
それでいいのかみんな。
The status quo of 7 people, something we should have lost. What had once been a mere wreckage of friendships was now completely destroyed, raptured, now breaking off. It was there from the beginning, I just couldn't see it. If each and every one of us had only been acting like we were friends. That's wrong. I never dreamed of something like this. What I faintly expected was wrong. This isn't any it. This is no break off. A self-involved clause should have been just fine. Where did we make the mistake? Right from the beginning, everything might have been just one magnificent mistake. The existence called Kuroso Taichi. The school called Gunjo. The town called Upper Misaka. The grocers called the Tasaki shop. The omnipotence called the world. It's all wrong, I whispered softly. My field of vision was controlled by black silhouettes. The shadows fought wars of words. I want to make it end. I want to make everything end. Even though the present is nothing but wedges, it's unbearably painful. When humanity was destroyed, I thought that all friction between people would disappear with it. But this is how things are. 8 people. Just 8 people. They'll still fight and hate each other. That's it. I learned the truth. I comprehended. It's hopeless unless I'm alone. There can't be more than one. If I'm not the only one, people remain people. Individual. How to become individual? I became dizzy.
殺してあいつを殺して。
What? Miki screamed. Not that it mattered anymore.
ミキ早くあいつを。
Wait, what?
今殺さないと。
It doesn't matter. I'm fine with murder-suicide. Do as you wish. What was it, I wonder? Yes, a gentle world. It's a gentle world. A world overflowing with affection, so much so that even I can live on pretending to be human. That reality. How do I do it? It's obvious. Against those that move. Use these eyes. The world has only motion and silence. Make motion into silence. That thought process certainly existed. I might have started walking without knowing it. Someone's voice. I couldn't make it out. I didn't even know who it was. I turned around. I felt like my body had been pushed to the ground with a thud. That's right, I thought. I came to a strange understanding. One arrow piercing through my own chest. That's right. That's right. That's right. I must have moved. Security shot me. It was actually easy to understand. Who was that? I wonder who's worrying about me. Maybe Senpai? Maybe Toko? Maybe Miki? If it's Sakura or Tomoki, that would be beautiful. That's so mean. Sorry, I'm going to die. I wasn't able to keep the vow of the Peach Bark. Well, I'd actually broken it a long time ago. I wanted to laugh, but I had no voice. From my chest, a hazy pressure welled up. Looking at my chest, I saw that the blood I'd thrown up has flowed down to my feet. This is a big deal. Shit, I'm really going to die. I don't want to die. I really, really want to live. I want to do a lot of perverted things, and watch television, and even see the conclusions of several serialized manga. No, I don't want to die. But I'm a young adult candidate, so I wonder if I can bring myself back to life with some magical power. Maybe that was a literal translation, young adult. Maybe means shonen or some shit. I have no idea. You know what? I have no idea. A pretty girl will cling to my remains, letting her tears fall, and when those drops touch me, they'll sparkle brightly for a moment and resurrect me. That'll be emotional. Then, for now, I guess I'll try to meet my death with some kind of gag. It's a cool thing for a guy to do. I can't talk, and I can't move most of my body, so I can't do anything that flashy. By the way, before I continue, I'm starting to remember our guy, Tennoji Kotaro, man. I suddenly remembered Kotaro, man. I suddenly remembered Kotaro just reading this whole monologue to himself. I'm like, didn't Kotaro have something like this go on? Anyway. Hey, I can't do a damn thing. Am I going to die like this? I can't stand it. Someone please drop a wash tub on my head. Give me a laugh. Blood is horrible. It's even whiter than before. The whole surface is bloody. For this much blood to flow out of one human, there must be a lot in them. Everything was red. If I can still recognize color, then I'm still me. Had I returned by the skin of my teeth? Yes. It's a good thing. Suddenly, sensation returned to me above the neck. It's probably temporary. The shock restoring muscles in every part of my body, although it won't last that long. My consciousness was already dim. My breathing was already unnaturally short and shallow. I couldn't even tell if I was in pain. When I looked up, what the fuck? She just killed everyone. What the fuck? The hell was going on? Oh my god, this whole scene. The red has expanded without end. Not bad, I thought. At that moment, I died. My oldest memory. Within far up mists, where even the date was vague. A luxurious private room embodying the dignity of nobles. Therein was a canopied bed and a European chair. But I prefer to sit on the floor, especially on these days. I could see the curtain of a black starry night through my window. My eyes were drawn to the scattered twinkles cut off by the window frame. I saw my reflection in the glass, separating the outside world from the room's interior. A privileged young noble woman. A graceful girl covered in a western dress. Who on earth are you? Haichi. Silver hair with a transparent, ambiguous outline. It hung down long, covering my hips. Its tips rippled loosely. Her face was small, just like a doll's. Those features aren't of this world. Who was it that said that? Was it the missus? Or one of her older sisters? Her sweet voice was charming to my ears. The memories from before my 10th year was muddled in places, as if I was dreaming. Come over here now, let's play. I never disobeyed. A girl's clothes, a girl's mannerisms, a girl's speech. When those who worked at the mansion or their refined owners played with dolls, I couldn't tell if it was highbrow or childish, but despite being boring, it was unpleasant. It wasn't unpleasant. I thought that was close to the reason. Why the image of me reflected in the window is that of a girl. Yes. There's just one thing I remember clearly. Within the crowd of tenderly aged girls, there was one who didn't smile. She was the only one who didn't play with me. The girl's appearance I had for fulfilling the role of her tea-drinking partner was always adorned without reserve. She who strolled alone in the huge garden always sent her gaze my way in a scornful manner. With clear black eyes like obsidian. I trembled. When her eyes faced me, my heart was always in a panic. Delight or shame? Perhaps both. For me, who had little experience of being upset by something, emotions that raised out of control were a rare thing. Even so, in public, I calmly presented my smile before the ladies. I needed to bear my duty in mind. My duty. To fulfill the role of a doll. In order to live. During that doll period, I never conversed with her. Not even once. The image of that girl standing aloof in a strange place left a strong impression in me. I found out later, she was also a doll brought up with money. The air swirled and chilled. The open air of a cold hallway. I turned around to see the side of the door that had opened without a sound. She'd been standing there. Oh, August, you. But what was this? The girl standing before me had been lightly tarnished. No. She'd been defiled, by nefarious means. Torn clothing, aberrations running across her white skin. A line of blackish blood at the corner of her lips. Stagger. My field of vision rippled. The doll period was humorous, but fortunate. She and I hadn't lived together. My memory is in disorder. Yes, in other words, her being here means the boisterous misses and noble women, rather young servants. Sweet days like sugar snacks passed through my memory in a fast forward. All the scenes were losing their color, decaying to a dull gray. The period when she opens the door, she comes to the room. That's not the doll period. Further ahead, the period when we were both assigned to just one room. The stage fell from heaven to hell. At some point I realized the pictures around us had gone. Now only gray walls remained. The bedstead was crude. The sheets were a bit dirty. The lighting was a bare bulb. The floor was finely split wood. The beautiful silk curtains fell to the rank of dust cloth. Painful, heavy, and contemptible. A premature bottleneck on life. Those circumstances tied together two people who had never ever even heard of the other speak.
Daichi.
My name. The missus and others took out one character from my manly name, replacing it with one that was girlishness itself, then called me by that new name. Ichihime. Written with the characters for one princess. It was elegant, but she never called me that. Do you want something to drink? She didn't even react to my question, closing the distance between us instead. And as if it were perfectly natural, she pushed me down on the bedstead. Oh. It's her. So close that I could touch her. Silence floated in the space between us. I felt like my breath would stop at any moment. A sweet smell. It was neither perfume nor soap. It was the smell of a girl's own body. Beneath the beastly smell that made me ready to vomit, it stood up to deny everything. Her lips, like soft flower petals, gently pushed out words.
毎日辛い
I thought for a bit and answered honestly. Yes,
痛い
it hurts.
誰も助けてはくれない
No, there aren't any more kind people
違
here.
う昔からいなかったの
She changed completely. Her speech was now cold, but not with hatred or antagonism. Just cold. But the old masters were.
あれらは弱いだけのものよ狭い心に余裕があれば親切に見える時もあるけど 自分が苦しくなるとすぐに逃げ出す大切なおもちゃだって置き去り。
She placed both hands on my shoulders and gripped firmly.
味方はいない。誰も助けない。自分のことを自分で守らないといけない。
That's right. It's sad, but it's the truth. Weak children become prey. There are unbelievably black desires in the world. She and I knew that. Since we didn't have power, we had to protect ourselves with intellect. Because legally, they were our guardians. But what if those guardians were our assailants? We couldn't disobey. A huge mansion with huge grounds. Whatever happens, their conduct wouldn't leak to the outside. We were slaves. Her white hands held my cheeks. Her face approached. My chest pounded a little. She caressed part of my cheek with a serious
タ
face.
バコの火を当てられたの？
A little bit. But I rubbed cream beforehand. I had to protect myself with my own intellect.
謝る。
Huh?
助けてあげられなくて。
I was puzzled. It's okay. Neither could I. The rest of those words didn't come out. She, a girl, had met worse fates than I, a boy. She embraced me. What's wrong?
大地。
Her voice was shaking. That's rare. She's always calm. Her lips pushed against my ear. Her breath blew into it, unshaking. An electric stimulus climbed my spine. The air around my hips was extremely hot. That part was abruptly put under pressure. A hand. One hand was pushing it. It was pushing down hard on my hardened part. Unable to stay still, I twisted my
大
body.
地。私たちは弱い。
Sparkles in her black eyes. They made me cower, so I couldn't
だ
respond.
から手を組まないといけない。
Hands?
一心同体に。
One mind. Body.
そうすれば多少辛くても我慢できるから。私は大地。大地は私。
As her lips wove words, they silently descended. Surprise, confusion, and a hint of shame. Those mixed together, making me forget to act.
大地。
Sweet slime flowed into my oral cavity. It melted the frozen me. She removed her lips, took off her underwear. I swallowed. Her bare skin was the color of moonlight, denying evidence of guilt. Her noble fragility. Her four mysterious limbs were soaked in the crooked beams of silver light, like a living sculpture, all of which had been insulted by innumerable fine wounds. And yet, I thought that they were beautiful.
私は大地。大地は私。
The next words were carved bright and clear in my memory. I glimpsed a waver in her eyes, sparkling with
ご
brutality.
めんなさい。自分しか信用できないから。
Her slender fingers touched my chest. It made a ticklish sensation that crawled around, burying the upper half of my body. Yoko-chan. Her name. Namae. I finally pushed out the words. Our caresses began. Light pink flower petals meandered lightly across my chest. With a sensation like that being teased by feathers, my muscles shook sharply and uncontrollably. After her lips passed, there remained a soft trail of clear slime. Her head was going down. Bro, I think, the pros, I guess if you read this in Japanese, it would be, I get where they were going. I get the writing. I get the writing, man. I get the writing, but we can work with this, man. We can work with this. I like the writing. I like the writing. How it's, I like the pros. Not long, well, at least what we have right now. I mean, it could be way better. It could be way better if we understood Japanese, but this still works for me. Not long after, she slipped into my skirt. Her fingers rolled my underwear down and lowered it to my ankles. And the words. I covered my eyes with one arm. At a time like this, how should I react? What sounds should I make? I don't know. Long. She showed skill with her tongue beyond anything normal. Now it hung out of her mouth, longer than her fingers. Drops trickled down from both our chins. It was saliva we pushed into one another. It's okay to be defiled. My awareness of my own sexual nature broke slightly. Even if one defiles another like this, it's delightful. Those who love each other defile each other. True knowledge, I knew this was contact with the other gender. I'd studied it, and it had been adorned as something more fantastical than real. Maybe she sensed a small change because she gracefully
ど
spoke.
うしたいの？
I said, I want to enter you. She smiled, and then we joined together. The Broadcasting Club campout. Us first years are advancing great, and happy third years are retiring. A new school year is coming, with 7 new faces, but actually 8. I felt that 7 out of 8 was okay. She'd come the moment I called her anyway, just to gather 7 people. The price I paid wasn't cheap. At the same time, I definitely didn't gain much. In fact, you could say it was a loss. Rage, envy, hatred. We hurt each other and broke apart. That was our campout. That was one reason the faculty didn't participate. These are private club activities after all. By the way, I like how we kind of went back to the beginning of the story. After that whole sequence in the mansion with Yoko-chan, and then suddenly we're here. These are private club activities after all. Must should have secret from the institute. If this was made public, there would be some noise. But I thought it was fine, if I could control myself. If she's conducting surveillance on us, I thought the worst possible scenario could be avoided. What did I want to do by going to such lengths? I even chased out Senpai. With that, the campout ended in the midst of pain and sorrow. The 7 went home. I didn't want to see. The emancipated, wearied eyes avoiding one another, not interacting. Everyone's faces were like strangers to each other. That's why I took the lead. Wait, give me a second. I'm so kind of confused. I'm a little confused about everything that's happening right now. Because we kind of sort of went back at the beginning. On the way, the sun began to sink. I had the feeling we'd been walking for a horribly long time. For several hours. Normally this path didn't even take 1 hour. Was it because of fatigue? No one said anything. A world only 7 sets of footsteps. And a normally quiet mountain path. Even the sounds of insects didn't reach our ears. Even the air felt cold. Even though it was summer. Although it was dark, I could still see. Oh, by the way, the reason I was checking is if it's something I could... If this is like one of those skippable scenes, but I don't know. Because we're kind of repeating everything again. Although it was dark, I could still see. I could see the path. I've always had good night vision. Around the time when I started wondering if I'd taken the wrong turn, we finally arrived at the town. Humanity had been annihilated. I should stop here. I should stop. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna have to stop here. That was interesting. The whole fallout, and it escalated, and then we went to some sort of Taichi's past where he was with Yoko-chan, and apparently he was... What the hell was that about? I'm going to think about this. Okay, I'm gonna think about this, but in the meantime, yeah, I hope you guys are watching. This is way more extended than the usual. You know, things, even though things were repeating, you know, a lot of things were like the small changes were worth it, and the very huge changes were like, what the fuck. Anyway, I hope you guys are watching. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading tomorrow, but I'll try to do more this week. My focus, of course, this week is the things I paid for. So But out again, it said in the description it will be an irregular uploads, but I like the story, so do expect more of this. Anyway, I hope you guys are watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Ciao.